Hello everyone, welcome to a new video for Link, AAVE and AVAX price prediction based on Elliott wave analysis. We're going to start with the Link here on the weekly for the all-time history to see what's going on. So we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 impulse toward the upside, finished wave A or a wave 1, followed by a W, X, Y, X and a Z to finish a wave 2 or a wave B, and then after this we see a 1, 2, 3, 4 and a 5 impulse continuation for higher prices. However, after this impulse, we saw a wave 2 potentially, and then we saw, of course, again higher prices, supposing to be a wave 3 toward the upside, but this did not happen. It has turned simply to 3 waves, a zigzag toward the upside, 3 waves down, 3 waves up, and then, of course, 5 waves up, failing to take the low. And that means, of course, this might turn, of course, into a running flat as a wave 2, and we start to see another 1, 2, wave 3, 4 and a 5 continuation, of course, toward the upside after 1, 2. Wave 3 has to reach around the $1.618 for Link. Another possibility is, of course, a wave A here, and you are unfolding something as a triangle. This triangle is a very corrective wave, which it might be, of course, a long wave B only and not a wave 2, because only wave B is allowed, of course, to be a triangle. In this case, you would like to see, of course, a wave C unfolding toward the upside, hitting the 1-to-1 fib level, $69, and this as a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Sorry, after a triangle, you might start a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 toward the upside. So currently, those are the main scenarios. We would like to see this triangle possibility broken. Of course, we would like to see this high taken as invalidation of triangle possibility, and therefore once we take this, we can make sure that we are moving toward the upside here as higher possibility. Now the last possibility, which is a little bit short-term bearish, which it might be, of course, an ABC still unfolding there as 3 ways down, 3 ways up potentially here, and you're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to finish a wave C over there. And then, of course, looking for a wave 3 or a wave C again, since, of course, this can be a wave 2 in this case scenario, or a wave B. And then looking again for almost the same target. Of course, it has to be adjusted based on how much deeper this wave B or 2 goes. So if we move inside it on the 2 hours chart, as we can see in the 2 hours chart here, after this impulse in double 1, 2, that we had, of course, we have finished here a potential wave 1 followed by an A, a B and a C already for Link here. Now we can see clearly that this is already 3 ways toward the downside, and of course we got invalidation for any kind of impulsive waves. Wave 4 is not allowed to interfere with zone 1. That means you have finished here a W, X, and a Y actually, and not ABC exactly. It should be, of course, W, X, and a Y, and finish a wave 2 here. After a wave 2, we are looking here for continuation for higher prices, meaning there is no 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. We can remove this scenario, and we stay, of course, with a 1, 2 here already unfolding toward the upside. As you can see, this wave 1 has 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Finished wave 1, ABC expanding flat or simply zigzag. Finished wave 2 probably here, and you're looking at the 15-minute chart at another impulse unfolding 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. And of course, we would like to see continuation towards the upside for a Link. The targets, of course, for this 1, 2 here unfolding is the wave 3, 1.618 first, and might be between the $28 and the $32. Of course, you might see higher prices again after this correction wave 4, and unfolding a wave 5 for higher prices. That was it for Link. Let's see, of course, the next one, which is AAVE, and starting also at on the weekly chart here for the all-time history for AAVE. We have a great impulse toward the upside, a 1, a 2, 3, 4, and a 5, finishing wave A or a wave 1. A W, X, and a Y has been given here in a very sideways wave Y as a triangle, finishing wave B or a wave 2 here. Continuation toward the upside, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 has been given as a 1, 2. And of course, the wave 2 corrective channel has been given as well, followed again by an impulse 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Meaning In this case scenario, since you didn't reach, of course, the target for a wave 3 here, that means, of course, you are in double 1-2. Probability is very high, and of course, after this corrective wave here, you see another impulse for continuation for higher prices, which it might be your wave 3 toward the upside, might be unfolding as 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Now, if we dive also inside this area, but before this, let me explain the last scenario, of course, where we might have also as a triangle a wave B over there. Only wave B is allowed to be a triangle, and then unfolding another wave C toward the upside impulsive. However, very low possibility, higher possibility is of course to take the high here as invalidation of triangle again, and then continue the trend for higher prices. 1.618 1200 can be, of course, a potential target for AAVE. Let's move inside it on the 2 hours chart here, where we are looking at a potential wave 1, again 1, 2, 1, 2. Double 1, 2s has finished already as 1, 2, wave 3, 4, and a 5, wave 1, and A, B, and a C, wave 2. And again, another 1, 2, 1, 2 internally, where you can see here a wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Finish toward the upside in the yellow scenario. And that means, of course, you have here a W, X, and a Y finished already, and that because this cannot be an impulse anymore, interfering with the zone 1 as a wave 4, turning it into 3 waves, and that is 3 waves as well, 3 waves, and another wave Y as 3 waves finished for a wave 2 here, and continuation impulsively toward the upside. If we dive also deeper on the 1 hour chart here, we can see this impulse also unfolding on the micro level as 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. ABC, very deep zigzag, and continuation would be preferably, of course, to see higher prices. The targets, of course, for this impulse as a wave 1, 2 here, we might see the next target reaching at least here the 1.618, which is $870 for a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. And preferably before reaching this target, I prefer that is a previous target that we might reach here, which is of course the wave 3 for this impulse over there, which is $530, of course, for a wave 3. And it might be, of course, unfolding as a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, meaning even higher prices might be, of course, unfolding for 4 and a 5. Can be a finished wave C, yes. Can be a wave 3, definitely yes. And 4 and a 5 later on. For several cycles we are talking about here, of course, not directly is going to be reached over there. So, yeah, that was it for AAVE as well. If we take a look at AVAX, and starting also on the all-time history for AVAX here, we are looking also at a kind of an impulse starting from the beginning. We have a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Wave A or wave 1 finished over there. And after this, you see a W, X, and a Y for wave 2 or wave B. Continuation towards the upside, of course, impulsively as a wave 1. Wave ABC for a wave 2, very long in range, and might be, of course, unfolding a wave 3 toward the upside in a big 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5. However, this, of course, a signal here is a good signal in case it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, unfolding a wave 3. We're going to see it closer in a few minutes. Now, another scenario is, of course, a big triangle A, B, C, D, E for AVAX here, and still unfolding the wave E. The wave E has to be a zigzag, so we have to be careful from the 1-to-1 fib level here. In case we get this wave E over there as a 1-to-1 fib level, might means, of course, that this correction is finished, and you might seek for lower prices after it. So we have to, of course, keep it in in alert here, right? So be careful with it. Another scenario that we might have here, after a wave 1, you might have, of course, a longer corrective wave here. And A, B, and a C, the wave C might be unfolding as a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. One more low, of course, that it might reach a wave 5, and then moving toward the upside. We have to be careful for this wave C as well. We would like to see, of course, the 1-to-1 fib level 28.5 broken here. We would like to break or overshoot this level to see, of course, a wave 3. Once you see a wave 3, therefore, okay, 4, 5, 4, 5, continuation for higher prices. If we still below this 1-to-1 fib level, the risk is still there, of course, to move toward the downside in two scenarios, whether you are in a triangle, wave E finished, you move down, or you are in A, B, and a C, the wave C is an ending diagonal. Let's move inside it on the 2 hours chart here for AVAX. We have a 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 4 5 for wave 3, finished in the white scenario, wave 4 given, and then 1 2 3 4 and a 5 continuation to finish a wave 3 in the white, and of course in the yellow, sorry, and then 1 2 3 4 5 finally finishing this impulse as a wave 1, followed by a W, X, and a Y. Obviously, there is nothing impulsive toward the downside. It's three waves. Wave 4 interfering with zone 1 impulsively, and that means, of course, we might see higher prices. I believe that this wave 1 is not even finished yet. I'm still looking for one more high because I see here 1 2 1 2, wave 3 probably, or 1 2 3 4 and a 5. One more wave 5 can, of course, unfold here, a wave 1 and then wave 2 and then 3, 4 and a 5 continuation towards higher prices. The targets that we might reach, of course, in this case, you would like first to reach the 1-to-1 fib level in case you are in a zigzag here, $32. If you break it and overshoot it, therefore for wave 3, 1.618 might be requested as $36. If this case unfold a wave 3, therefore, of course, even higher prices might be seen in 4 and a 5. That was it for AAVE, Link, and AVAX price prediction. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your likes and comments, and see you in the next one. Bye-bye.